Hoops talk for the streets.
Listen, family, I'm here to tell y'all, we are witnessing some of the greatest rookie seasons that we have seen in some time with this very, very deep rookie class, right? These young guys are balling and they're taking this shit seriously. I can't hate on this rookie class right now. This has been a hell of a rookie class, and I've been very impressed with a lot of the rookies. Even about 10 of the rookies I've been very, very, very impressed with, right? So these young guys are balling, like I said before, and they're taking this very seriously. And a rookie that stands out among the rest, who I wanted to focus on for this particular segment, it comes as no surprise. I can't believe what I'm seeing from Victor Wembanyama right now. Wemby has been incredible. He's not only lived up to expectations, but he's also exceeded them, especially my expectations, and not with scoring, but with defense. And that's what I want to talk about. What I want to talk about with you today, family. Not only has the Frenchman shown great handles, terrific passing, good outside shooting, but he's also leading the league in blocks with 3 a game. Nobody else in the league is averaging 3 blocks in the season. Nobody else. Listen, Wemby is having a hell of a season, man. I believe, in my opinion, that Victor Wembanyama is the rookie of the year, and I'm going to go a step further. Wemby should be the rookie of the year and the defensive player of the year, right? How many guys have ever done that in the NBA? I'll tell you right now. None. Nobody has ever done that. Wemby could be the first player in NBA history to win both the Rookie of the Year and the Defensive Player of the Year, especially in the same season. In fact, no NBA player has won both Rookie of the Year and Defensive Player of the Year in the same season. No player has won Defensive Player of the Year in their rookie year to even begin with. So this is already unprecedented waters that he's even considered to be in the Defensive Player of the Year running, right? Only 2 rookies of the year have gone on to win Defensive Player of the Year later on in their careers. Michael Jordan and David Robinson. Alvin Robinson won Defensive Player of the Year in his second season, the only player to do so that early in his career. He averaged an all-time record, I believe, 3.6 steals per game in that season. Mark Eaton and David Robinson also won Defensive Player of the Year in their respective third seasons. Tim Duncan is the only other player to make both an All-NBA and an All-Defensive team in his rookie season, and he was also tied for 5th in Defensive Player of the Year voting that year. Manute Bol was second place in Defensive Player of the Year. Was second in the Defensive Player of the Year ranking in his rookie season, averaging over 4.9 blocks a game. Damn near almost 5 blocks. So that's crazy, right? So there's a couple of options for Defensive Player of the Year this season. There's Rudy Gobert, there's Wemby, and there's maybe AD, right? Now, Rudy, we know he's an established defender, having won Defensive Player of the Year award 3 times already in his career. He's averaging, 12 rebounds and 2 blocks a game this season. But listen, I'm going to make the case. Wemby has been better. He's been a better defensive player. I know what the defensive rating says. Family, let me make the case for Victor Wembanyama, right, for Defensive Player of the Year. Hear me out, family. First of all, he's averaging 20, 10, and 3, 20 points, 10 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 blocks, 1 steal, and only 28 minutes a night. Let's go over some Wemby accolades that he's had this season, right? Especially defensively. Wemby is the fastest player to reach 1,000 career points, 500 rebounds, 150 plus blocks in their career. Youngest player to record a 5-5 game. Only 15 players have ever had a 5-5 game. 5-5 meaning blocks and steals. 5 blocks, 5 steals. Youngest player to record a 20-20 game. Youngest player to record a triple-double with blocks. Youngest center to record a triple-double. Youngest player in NBA history to record a triple-double with 0 turnovers. Only player in NBA history to average at least 20 points, 10 boards, 3 blocks, and 1 3-pointer per game. Only player in NBA history to have these numbers in the season: 150 plus blocks, 150 plus assists, 75 plus threes in the season. Second player ever to record back-to-back 5 plus steals, 5 plus block games. MJ is the other. Second player ever to record 25 plus points, 10 plus rebounds, 5 plus assists, 5 plus blocks in a game. Hakeem the Dream is the other one. Wemby joins David Robinson, Tim Duncan as the only rookies in NBA history to record 30 plus points, 10 plus rebounds, 5 assists, and 5 blocks in a game. Wemby's averaging 20, 10, and 3 blocks in the season, as I alluded to before. Last player to do this was MVP Shaq. He's the second youngest player to record 10 blocks in a game. He leads the NBA in blocks right now with over 3 a game, the same amount as the whole Miami Heat team, mind you. He's averaging the same amount of blocks as the whole NBA team. He's had more blocks in the month of February than 7 NBA teams. He led the NBA in stocks, which is steals and blocks, with over 4.6. He leads the NBA, excuse me. He's averaging the most stocks per game of any player in the last 15 years. He's had more blocks in the month of February, I said before, than 7 NBA teams. If someone wants to argue that blocks per game shouldn't be the end-all, be-all in terms of measuring defensive success, let's look at last year. Who won the defensive player of last year? It was Triple J, Jared Jackson Jr. of the Memphis Grizzlies. He won it last year, mainly off his block proficiency. He is an amazing rim protector. He really leads that Grizzlies defense. Obviously, this year they haven't been the greatest year, but Wemby, he's taken his amount of blocks into another stratosphere, right? And I don't want to hear they use blocks as a criteria last year, for defensive player of the year. Why not use it again for Wemby? My favorite Wemby stat out of all, he's not a hack. He doesn't foul his opponent. He only commits 2 fouls a game, which is insane given his activity on defense. Let's put this into context, right? To put this Wemby Rookie of the Year season into context. Let's look at the comparison to LeBron James' rookie year, right? Wemby, 2010, 3 assists, 3 blocks, 1 steal, shooting 47% from the floor. LeBron James in his rookie year, 20 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 0 blocks, 1 steal, 41% from the floor, But get this, Wemby is doing all that in 29 minutes a game, 28 minutes a game. LeBron did it in 39 minutes a game in his rookie season. Wemby is playing nearly a quarter of basketball less than LeBron James did in his rookie year, and his numbers are rivaling him, some say even better. So you got to give Wemby a lot of credit right now. Remember how we measure defensive player of the year. Statistical impact, which is blocks, steals, rebounding, defensive rating, consistency, durability in the season, and last but not least, perception. Are opponents fearful of you? Are opponents scared to go to the rim when you're there? Are opponents scared to line up against you because they think you're going to lock them down? That's what a defensive player of the year is to me. When I look at Rudy Gobert, I'm not getting defensive player of the year. Yes, he's the anchor of the #1 defensive team in the league, and yet right now, and yes, he's been a major component to that defensive rating that the Timberwolves has. But they have a nice scheme. They play defense well as a unit. They're very big. They're a very physical team. So it's not only Rudy Gobert that contributes to them being the #1 defensive team in the league. It's actually a collective unit, even though Rudy does get a lot of the credit. But we've seen the numbers. Wemby is better. This is not normal, folks. What Wemby's doing right now is not normal. I don't care how early it is in Wemby's career. Don't F this up, San Antonio. Not that they have a track record of doing so and messing up talent that they bring in, but you have to put talent around Wemby sooner rather than later. The lifespan of an NBA player is very unpredictable, and you never know what's going to happen. Could be injuries, could be influencing, because it be the competitive drive, whatever it is. You don't know what it is, but you can't dictate the lifespan of an NBA player's career, right? This summer, San Antonio, you need to bring in a player that's going to help you win basketball games now and help Wemby win basketball games now, okay? At least be in a star player hunt. None of these under 20 win seasons that you have when you have a generational talent like Wemby on your team. This kid is phenomenal in year 1. You got to maximize the potential for as long as you can. The main name that I've seen thrown out there to pair with Wemby has been Trae Young. Now that would be ideal. That would be tremendous. That would be amazing. That would be perfect, actually, for Wemby. Somebody who could take the scoring pressure off of him. Somebody who doesn't mind passing the ball. Somebody who can average double-digit assists in this league. Somebody who wouldn't mind giving up the rock to somebody better than him. Trae Young, I think, will be a phenomenal pairing for Victor Wembanyama. If they can pull that off, I don't know if they can. Because Atlanta is probably going to require a king's ransom in order to even get rid of Trae Young, because obviously we know that he's that franchise player. But if he axes out, if Trae Young axes out, the Spurs need to be knocking on their door. So I think it's phenomenal what Wemby has been doing in year one in his first tenure in the league. And I'm telling you, I love the passion from him. I love the drive. I love his competitiveness. And he's really has been embracing being the number one option, being a franchise player for the San Antonio Spurs. So let's hear a clip from Wemby with him embracing those Spurs fans. Let's hear Wemby.
I love it. I missed it. Enjoying a game, a win back from the road trip with more than 16,000 people that I love. Best feeling. Hey, can we get a Go Spurs Go? 1, 2, 3, Go Spurs Go!
Shout out to Wemby, man. Shout out to Wemby. I love to see it. We love to see it. We love to see him embracing being the number one guy, embracing being a franchise guy for the San Antonio Spurs. And listen, family, Wemby has my vote for Defensive Player of the Year, and it's not going to change by season end. He's going to be the Rookie of the Year, and he should be the Defensive Player of the Year. So my vote is for Wemby. I'm putting it on wax right now. Put your votes in. Victor Wembanyama should be Defensive Player of the Year. I don't want to hear no Rudy Gobert, nothing. And by the way, Wemby deserves a better nickname. An elite nickname. He's too much of a generational talent to not have a solid nickname. You know, we can't use Slim Reaper. Obviously, none of those things was KD's nicknames. But what nickname does he have? I haven't heard one. I heard they called him Alien or whatever. Or LeBron James called him Alien or something like that on Instagram. But that shit kind of whack. That's kind of weak to me, to be honest. Unless they're gonna make that stick. But I personally think that's kind of whack. I don't know. I'm not a good nickname kind of guy. I don't know. Maybe you could call him the Thin Tower. Maybe the Slim Tower, you know? I mean, who knows? He doesn't have a twin tower with him, but he could be something like that. But shout out to Wemby for his exceptional play in year one and coming out the gate very, very strong. So shout out to Wemby. He's been amazing.